Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at the GeekPro quick charging station. If you've ever had the same problem that I have with my USB chargers walking off, I do have a couple of teens in the house now. This promises to be that solution. Opening up the box, the first thing that we see here is more for travel purposes and would come in very handy, but it is multiple different power connectors for your international power and your standard US power. It does come with a decent length of power cabling. We'll get to this in a second. It also comes with a fairly decent, kind of a neat idea, a little stuff sack of sorts, which I don't know that I'll necessarily use because this won't be a traveling piece of equipment for me, but this would be really nice for someone who is traveling a lot to be able to take it with them. Then we have the main unit and it looks like a registration card or just a little bit of a write-up on it. So we'll set this aside and look at the main unit, what I'm sure you're all wanting to see. It's got a pretty decent feel to it, fairly heavy, or at least heavy-duty feeling. It does not feel cheap. And what it has is across the top, it does have 3 outlets, so you can extend your power. It's kind of like one of the power bars or an extension strip of sorts. It does have those, but it also has, and this is what I was more interested in, 3 USB 1 charging ports and 1 USB 2 charging port. So I think this will be the ideal docking station or charging station for my family's needs for our phones and all of the other electronics that we do have. The cord itself is pretty heavy duty. It's not a flimsy cord really by any means. And again, for the US, the adapter does seem to fit pretty well. I mean, it does fit in there quite nicely, and it's not going to come out on you. As far as, sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit, but as far as the pouch goes, if you were to use this pouch, it will easily fit the unit itself, and probably the adapters might possibly fit in here, or the cord, but there's not enough room in here for all 3 different components, which is really kind of a sad thing. I think the pouch needed to be just a little bit bigger if you're going to use it for that. So a neat idea, but unfortunately it falls just a little short. Plugging in the unit. Hopefully this cord will reach. It's probably about a 3 to a 4 foot cord, so it's a decent amount of cord. There is an on-off switch on the bottom, and turning it on will show you a little LED indicator down here in the bottom corner. One thing I did notice, and I want to make mention also, is, turn that off and show you, is although this seems to be a pretty sturdy and stable connection, as I noted before, turning it to a side, so if you put any kind of attention on the side, it will work its way free. So you'll want to be very careful of that. But in my use, this is going to be a stationary unit, so I don't think I'll have to worry about that too much. It's something that you'll want to keep an eye on. It does hold pretty well as far as not going to come off, but if you do have to put any kind of a strain on it, it will work itself free. So it's just something to keep an eye on. Still a pretty good product though, I think. Other than that, it's really quite nice. It is compact and offers you a lot of charging options. The GeekPro power station or quick charging station